Oilers, you got a great offense with Connor McDavid. So I have them sweeping them.
Yeah, well, I don't think you heard my point. The San Francisco Giants have 3 more in the 2010s than the Rangers have in their entire history. So, yeah.
It's hard to get back and to get back-to-back wins, and I don't see the Lightning doing it here, so I have them losing to the Hurricanes in 6.
We don't talk about the 2010s because the 2010s had the Astros, and if the Astros didn't happen, the Yankees would have won in 2017 with the Dodgers.
He was close to Frank Reich, and they want Frank Reich back, so that's what they got. It's their discount Frank Reich.
Kaprizov and the rest of this crew, Jordan Greenway, who doesn't get enough props. He definitely is somebody who needs to be mentioned more.
Hi, this is Julie Dobbs. You're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. We're just going to be talking about some rumors about one specific player. Once the number one wide receiver for me, but not the number one wide receiver in the history of this podcast. The person that owns that opinion, Austin.
Yep. Devontae Adams has been my number one. I think you've known that forever now.
I've learned on this podcast the history.
Yeah, I think the entire podcast history he's been my number one.
Yes, I believe so.
That does not change now.
Yeah, Hopkins was now. But yeah. So were you shocked they just released him?
Yeah, I was a little shocked, but I understand it because I don't think they were going to get enough for him or get anything for him for that matter once his contract hit in, once it was guaranteed or fully guaranteed, whatever the guarantee was. The Cardinals are just a mess now.
Yeah, that's so true. I was a little surprised that they just couldn't get a trade, but it makes sense given what you talked about with the contract. But I think he would have lived. Maybe he was a little bit overpaid on that contract, but still, I don't think it would have been bad to trade for him. I just wouldn't have traded. Maybe I would have. Second would probably be as high as I go. What do you think? What would you have traded?
A second round pick?
Yeah, second round pick.
Yeah, I don't think they necessarily overpaid. I just think his injury was at a bad time, and then obviously the PED suspension was not. I mean, there's not a good time to get a PED suspension, and also Kyler's injury and how everything worked out. It just was a chaotic mess, and it all worked out to where it was extremely non-beneficial for the Cardinals. And I was kind of disappointed to see that they never really went on a run with D-Hop, and D-Hop had his best season playoff-wise still with the Texans, and we'll have to see if that changes where he goes.
Yeah, and I think there are only a few guys that are willing to trade that can make room, but now it seems like everything's on the table for teams, which really opened it up, and I like it. I don't think this is gonna be a quick issue. I don't think it's gonna be a quick signing. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely not. I think he's going to try to get his value, and I definitely think teams that are really cap-stricken don't really have a chance unless they can free up some cap to get him. I'm looking at a couple teams that I think will have a solid chance, but there's only really one on my mind that I think makes the most sense.
Okay. Let's. I have some teams in mind. I have one where I think it happens. It's kind of out of the blue, but let's go over our pools of teams.
My number one. This is no order. The first team I'll mention is the Minnesota Vikings. They free up the Dalvin Cook, which people are saying like that's why you don't sign a running back. Dalvin Cook was amazing last year. Dalvin Cook had a great season. This isn't why you don't pay. Like I understand the argument for why not paying a running back, and you made that very apparent. Yes. But last year he had 1,200 yards rushing or 1,173 and 8 touchdowns. I don't think he was a Pro Bowler last year. Like that's not why you don't sign a running back. They released him to free up cap, which is why I think why are they freeing up cap? To get D-Hop. And a D-Hop Justin Jefferson pairing.
That would be good.
I'm scared. I'm a Packers fan. I'm scared. I'm scared.
People would be talking about Kirk Cousins being a top 5 quarterback. I'm not saying you would be those people. I'm not saying you would be those people, Austin. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there would be people out there. Like there are people out with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Is that a good call? Jimmy Butler? No, Jimmy Butler's better. I know we've had a lot of crossover between NFL and NBA, but do you think that's a good comp?
D-Hop and Jimmy?
No, I'm talking about Jimmy Butler and Kirk Cousins.
Oh. No, because Jimmy's had a playoff success, but Kirk is arguably regular season. Kirk has had a similar career. Similar. Because I think Jimmy's only made one more All-Star than Kirk has made a Pro Bowl. And it's harder to make a Pro Bowl than it is make a All-Star game in the NBA.
I'm so proud of that comp. That may be one of my top 5 moments.
I should take that back. It's extremely easy to make the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl's a joke.
Yeah.
Unless it's QB and people stay healthy. The Tyler Huntley thing was a fluke. But usually QB is the one they get right. Would you agree? Normally, yes, QB usually. Pro Bowls are right.
Except Mitch Trubisky. Well, that was during his great year when he made the Pro Bowl, so that kind of makes sense.
No, I argue he should have made it because they were 12-4 that year.
Yeah.
And Trubisky had 24 touchdowns and 12 picks. Like, that's not bad. And I think usually, except for a few occasions, QB is normally right.
Yeah, that's fair.
But overall, the Pro Bowl's a joke.
That year.
The NBA All-Star team is definitely much harder to make than the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl's a joke. But if you make a Pro Bowl as a QB, you deserve it. Usually, unless your name is Tyler Huntley, which I have no idea how you got into the party.
Okay, respect. But yeah. Okay, yeah, that would be dangerous. And Kirk Cousins would put up a lot of good numbers.
I mean, he already did good numbers with just Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen.
That's true.
I mean, while Thielen is a good wide receiver, he is no D-Hop.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll mention my second team just so, like I said, no order. My second team would be the Patriots. The Patriots need wide receivers for Mac Jones. Mac Jones had a horrible year last year, and I definitely think that they need to make a move, especially with this option available.
Yeah. Okay. I'll list my two, and don't tell me if you did this because then it will spoil it. I'm not going to say the team that I think he goes to in this pool of teams. Or would you like me?
Let's just do a top 3. I'll mention one more.
Okay.
A team that I also thought about, and that's the Steelers. I think if the Steelers got an extra option for
here.
Kenny Pickett, I imagine Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, and then DeAndre Hopkins. So you have Deontay Johnson, Hopkins, and then Pickens, and I think that is a scary 3-man.
That would be a scary. Yeah, that would be scary. Especially Pickens and D-Hop.
Yeah, you mentioned your 3. If you don't want to name yours, don't name yours. Don't tell me though.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna go Patriots. That's one. I think that seems like a sneaky one. I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think that's a big one, but they need the wide receiver help, and D-Hop, it makes sense. Then my third, I'm gonna go Titans. That's I think a team.
Okay. The Chiefs is the only one I probably disagree with, just because I don't know how it happens money wise. Because Mahomes' big contract kicks in this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works. Because I don't think he goes for anything under what he thinks he's valued at, which is obviously as a top 10 wide receiver at least because of his injuries and all that stuff.
Yeah. I don't think it happens, but I can see it happening by just some wizardry. But it would make sense. So I'll go with my team first. That I think he goes to. I think he goes to the New York Giants.
Wow. Okay. I thought about the Giants. That's not mine. The Giants is a good one, but I just don't think that they're going to try to make a move because they have so many young wide receivers that I think they're going to try to build from within. I think DeBall likes his guys very much. The one I'm going with is the Vikings. I think the Dalvin Cook release screams Vikings to me because he played well last year. I don't understand the release. I don't, because he played well last year. Like, he literally had a great year.
Let's look at his contract. Did it like really spike next year?
I don't know, but he's been a Pro Bowler the last 4 seasons. He played every game last year. He didn't miss a game.
Current dead contracts. Okay. Why? I just want to see his contract. Current dead.
Let me go to Spot Track.
He had, I'm looking at Spot Track. So he signed a 5-year deal. Which.
Yeah, he was supposed to be. Oh, this is current dead contract.
Yeah, no, dang.
And
I don't pay for the fancy one where it shows the old contract. But it was 5 years, $63 million. This was signed. So it was supposed to. So yeah, they got rid of.
It was supposed to be, I think, $8 million.
Okay.
But that's about what D-Hop is probably going to make, I think, because of. Or how much do you think Hopkins makes per year?
So I think he goes to the Giants, I think he gets $10 million for like 1 or 2 years. Because don't the Giants have a bunch of cap room?
What's your definition of a bunch?
I feel they have enough cap room so they can pay more for Hopkins.
So Hopkins made 12.5 and 19, but then but he got a huge signing bonus. He was only making like 4 or 5 million, I believe.
Okay.
But he got a $25 million signing bonus.
But yeah, I feel like the Dalvin Cook move was just because the money was going to get way bigger, and they're like, we don't want to pay you.
I don't think it was. I think last year he was paid 8, and this year he's going to be paid 8 again. I think.
Well, that's not bad.
But I do think the reason why they did it is to get more wide receiver help, and they trust Alexander Madison or whoever else is going to be the running back.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I think the Giants are going to pay a bunch more, and it makes sense because, like you did say, they have young wide receivers, but I do think DeAndre Hopkins, and they also have Darren Waller, and then those young wide receivers gives them a really good, strong core.
Yeah, the one I think is going to the Giants is Odell.
No, Odell's already on the Ravens.
Oh, he already signed? I thought he was.
Yeah, No, I believe he signed a deal. He's on the Ravens, which was another team I almost thought about putting for D-Hop.
Oh, he did sign. I'm right. You're right.
Yeah, it was a weird. Like, I don't remember when it happened, but I was like, and it's a weird deal. It was very under the radar.
Yeah, I saw something that said he was planning on it, but I never saw like confirmation. It was just a weird deal.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. So he's on the Ravens, which makes it makes sense now. Okay. Well, then D-Hop, I don't think is going to the Ravens at all. I don't think that's realistic.
Well, like that would be the best way to like go get Lamar Jackson back on your side. Like, hey man, we just gave you a huge new upgrade at wide receiving core.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't want it to be the Giants, but I feel it's very unexpected, so that's why I'm kind of leaning into it. Because
yeah. This is the biggest free agent left, right? Or would you say Dalvin Cook is bigger?
Dalvin Cook's one. Like, if I can get him on a short-term deal, I would love to do it.
You're saying Cowboys?
Oh yeah, I would love him on the Cowboys. We can talk about Dalvin Cook too, because I think it's probably the injuries. I wasn't shocked because I was like,
he played every game last year, though.
Oh, he really? Okay.
Yeah, he played 17, and then the year before that 13, and the year before that 14. So he missed 2 games, 4 games, no games. Over the last 4 seasons, as a running back, he has missed 8 games, which is not many over 4 years.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And he's made 4 straight Pro Bowls.
Yeah. Maybe they just don't want to pay him more. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, I wasn't surprised just because running backs, and I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I see people using it like your argument. This is why you don't pay running backs. Like he was not the reason why he got cut. It wasn't performance. It wasn't performance.
It's just probably the money. Like they don't want to pay him that much money.
Or they didn't trust him in the future. But again, why would you give him the contract at the beginning? Is why I don't.
Well, so you could have him then.
I guess, but wouldn't you want to see some sort of regress before? He literally got healthier. This is the first year he's played every game.
That's true. It is weird, but
I just feel like after going 13-4 and he playing well, being a Pro Bowler on a great team, it's awkward timing.
It is awkward timing, but he's probably got 1 year or 2 years.
I'm not going to hold anything against him. We'll see. He's 27. He'll be 28 before the season starts.
Okay. When or how much money do you think he gets on the market?
Depending on who signs him, like I could see a team like, I know it probably won't be this team, but this seems like a Chiefs signing. Like somehow he just ends up with the Chiefs.
Because who's their running? Oh yeah, it's a running back is
Pacheco, but
yeah, that makes sense. Like Dalvin Cook would because Carlos Hilaire.
Clyde,
Clyde
Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, he did not work out at all last year.
He's probably cut.
If not, he's a third string.
Yeah.
Behind Pacheco and Jarrett McKinnon.
Oh, yeah, Jarrett McKinnon. But so do you think $5 million is around what Dalvin Cook makes?
At least. Four straight Pro Bowls? There's no way. I'm not signing with anybody for under 5. Think about it. 4 straight. What have I done to deserve less if I'm him? You know what I mean? Like, just because again, you got to think, what have I done? And everything he's done has been amazing since he obviously tore his ACL in his rookie season.
Yeah, if I'm Cowboys, I'm signing him for like $5 or $6 million.
And in the next year, I don't believe he started every game, or he started 10 games and struggled, but he was still coming back from injury. In his last 4 seasons, he's been a Pro Bowler every year and has only missed 8 games over a 4-year stretch, which I think is extremely impressive.
I'll make another Dallas comp in this. They do not, if they do what they did, what the Stars did with Ryan Suter, I will not be happy.
Yeah, 4 years, $5 million.
Gee, 4 years. Dang. Give him like a 1 or 2 year deal that you can get out of after year 1 if you need to. I'm cool dropping $5 million on Dalvin Cook. Because they also have Ronald Jones. Yeah. Dude, it's great. But yeah, so I wasn't shocked just because I think when you give a guy an extension, it's very rare that they live up to that extension running back now.
What has he done not to live up to the extension? That's my point. I don't think I think it's weird because what else did you expect? He played every game this last year. He was a Pro Bowler.
That is, it is weird.
He had 10 rushing plus receiving touchdowns, 8 rushing, 2 receiving. That's 10 touchdowns and like 1,500 yards from scrimmage. I'm him, what do you want?
Yeah, that is weird, and they did it as a post June 1, right?
Yeah, this is one of the weirdest cuts I've seen because he had 1,468 total yards, 10 rushing plus receiving, 4 fumbles, which is his average for his career. Over his last 4 years, he's averaged 4. He has 16 fumbles in the last 4 years, so it's average. He's literally done his average. Every year has basically, besides 2020 where he was insane. His other 3 years of his last 4, he's had 1,100 something yards, around 10 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. Yeah, over the 3 years I'm talking about, he literally had 29. So he literally has done about what you would expect. Like when he signed the contract, he's going to do this, and he did that. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is weird. But yeah. But he's on the market. He probably signs a short-term deal really quick. So I wouldn't mind if the Cowboys signed him if it's like a 1 year and you can get out of it after 1 year if it's a 2-year deal. Maybe they're just trying to save cap, but yeah, that's weird. So
it's just awkward. I don't know what to. Again, if I am his agent and he asked me, why'd they cut me? No idea, buddy. Like, I don't know what to say.
But the thing is, you still get paid, so good job for that agent. Because I remember he held out or something.
He did. I mean, he deserved the contract he got. $8.3 million for what he's done. For what he's done, he's done everything that his contract laid out for him. Every year he's been on that contract, which I guess is only this last season. He's been worth that. I'll say that.
Wait, it was only 1 year into the new contract?
Yeah, last year was his first year. That's why it's so weird.
Okay, maybe they should have.
That's what I'm saying. Why do you sign the extension? No, that's why I said, why do you sign it? I don't. Last year was the first year of it was impacted.
Okay, but he held out a year before, right? So is it like a Zeke situation where it just got added on?
I guess, but still, there's no way you expected more when he's doing what he's done every year.
Yeah, but he's turning 28.
Then why sign the contract again? You're gonna have to pay that money in the future.
So you have them then. But yeah,
then why not? Then why not trade him up right after signing the contract?
That's a good point.
I just feel like it wasn't done right. Something was done wrong.
That's fair.
Unless you're signing D-Hop, which is, I think, if they don't make a move, something went horribly wrong. Because Cook is easily a top 10 running back. I think we both had him in our top 10 running backs, right?
I don't know. Let me look. All right, I got to open up the tab again. I don't know if he was on my top 10. Maybe he was.
If he wasn't, we probably underrated him because he's so consistent.
He was not in my top 10. Yeah, he was not.
Again, that's probably just.
Oh no, he was in my top 10. He was in my top 10. He was 8.
What number?
8. Yeah. No, he's in my top 10. Yeah, he fell because of the fumbles.
I'm trying to find it.
Well, I think you and I had him around the same spot.
I wouldn't be shocked.
So this is, if you want to see who our number 1 running back was and more of the running back conversation, check out that video.
Yeah.
Do you want to, any final thoughts? So that's fair. I think you and I both have him going to very different spots, because I think everyone's like the Chiefs or they're like the Cowboys. I'm like, Cowboys aren't going to sign him. He's not going to come to the Cowboys. So, yeah. Is there anything else?
I'm trying to find it, but I can't right now. Yeah, so
no worries. We're just gonna. This is a cliffhanger, so they go check out the video. It's just under top 10 running backs on our YouTube channel or Apple Podcasts. Search back.
Wherever you guys are listening.
This is all planned. Austin's just fumbling around old papers. One single paper.
No, I know it's here somewhere. I'll eventually find it. I know the second you end the video, I will find it.
Yeah, I know. It's going to happen right as you end the video. As I end the video. But yeah, that's all we got. Thank you for listening. Make sure to check out everything out. We will keep you updated on if Austin finds the piece of paper.